they
My
change.
name is Emma Badame. I'm from That Shelf, which is based in Toronto in Canada. Thanks so much
Hi, Emma.
for spending time today with all of us. I'm sure you're quite tired now, so I appreciate it. I wanted to start by asking you both about how you got involved with the project. Caleb, Luke has talked about how he was looking for something specific to kind of collaborate with you on again after Dogman. What did you think when he brought Dracula to the table? Was it kind of an intimidating idea, or was it an exciting one, or somewhere in between?
Oh, it's nothing but intimidating. Absolutely. But then, not too long after, when he sent a script, and I knew he really did want to make a Dracula movie, that the movie wasn't going to be what I thought it was. That it was very different, and that the focus of this film was on the relationship and on the love, and that we were going to hear from Dracula more than we'd ever heard from him, or see him more than we'd ever seen him. Uh, and the script was also filled with these moments of such tenderness and such passion, and yet also such madness and hilarity in some other places, to something very tragic and something a little scary. But it was this real mix of a beast, and I didn't know where to start other than okay, Luke, what's first? He always knows where to start.
Well, and speaking of starting, Zoe, your kind of entry onto the project was very different. Can you talk a little bit about how you got involved and how kind of Luke saw you and how that kind of rolled out?
Yeah, I was found, but all I know is that when I got the call, I I was so nervous and curious because I didn't know what the project was for. I just knew that I had a meeting with Luc Besson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I didn't. He wouldn't tell me until the second meeting. He kind of just asked me a bunch of questions about life and love, and then he was like, "Okay, I send you a script." And right before he hung up, he was like, "Oh, by the way, it is Dracula," and I'm like, "Oh, don't know what that is or anything." Like, and I
That's funny.
I freaked out. I read the script and then was so happy to realize it wasn't like a horror film. It was a love story. It was a total romance. And then he flew to New York and auditioned me, and I was so nervous. I was shaking in my boots. Like, you've never seen someone shake before. But I don't know, he saw something, I guess, and when I got the call, I fell over. I fell to my knees and I cried of happiness because I was so excited. I love
Understandable.
I love the lore and all things Dracula. But
And then the terror sets in.
yeah, and then the fear settled in, and I'm like, oh my god, why me? Oh no, but I don't know how to do this. Can I do this? I don't know. I don't know. Oh no.
Well, actually, I wanted to ask both of you about this, but you mentioned, Caleb, there how we see Dracula more in this than we've probably seen him before. He's not lurking in the shadows necessarily. He's very tactile and sensual in that way. He like touches, like touch and feeling and smells. They're all very kind of important to him, or part of the character, I would say, not necessarily important, but um, when you're surrounded by like the set design, the sets, the costumes and everything, how do you kind of use those sensory elements to build a character like your version of Dracula?
I mean, I don't think of it as my version because it's so much of a shared thing. It's so many people outside of just Luke and myself. Um, it's Zoe too. It's everyone. It's hard to pinpoint in a kind of way, but it is this kind of thing. She's informing me on what my character is as I see who Elisabetta is. You know what I mean? And then when we're working, I'm realizing that Dracula learns this from her character. And as what you brought up with some of these kind of sensoric aspects, to me it's something that probably comes from that relationship, or but that's something that I never thought about while reading the script necessarily, but those things start to, you start to put the puzzle kind of pieces together, and then at the same time, those puzzle pieces tell you which puzzle piece you are, too.
Yeah, I like that.
And then you know a little bit better as to what your role is. Not character, just what you need to be or do, or what you need to fulfill.
Well, and like you say, it's a team effort. There's so many things, but I wanted to touch briefly, Zoe, with you about the costumes, because you have kind of two different. You have Elisabetta, who's a bit freer and kind of that comes across in her costumes, and then Mina, who's more kind of buttoned up. Given your kind of history with fashion and what you studied, how do you use that in terms of kind of your performance and your character?
Well, really, I was thinking about how the clothes feel on my body, and Elisabetta's garments have, as you said, like a freedom about them. There's like a sensuality about,
Color.
Yeah, the color, her color palette is very romantic. The lavender, the gold, the
Later it
pearls.
becomes like a soft blue, or kind of, right?
Yeah. Mina's costumes, they make you feel really constricted. Those Victorian period costumes. Not to say anything about. It's not saying anything bad about our costume department, because they did an exquisite job. It's literally the time, women felt uncomfortable, and they were kind of beautiful birds in these cages. They weren't allowed to express themselves and their bodies in that way, their desire, their dreams, and in the way that Elisabetta kind of gets to do. There's still restrictions, obviously, for Elisabetta's time period as well. There's still a corset, essentially, but it's a little bit different.
Elisabeth is more primal.
Yeah, she's
right?
primal. She's got her breasts out. There's just like a freedom to how you can move in the clothes.
A comfort almost.
Yeah, comfort. And Mina, she just feels like she's a bird in the cage. And I like that she kind of lets loose when she remembers herself. She throws away the high neck, and she's like, kind of free. Yeah, I feel so lucky to have been in a period piece film, and there's so many different time periods. Yeah, that I love, like for the fashion, and you get to see all of it all at once. You had so many amazing costume changes. I mean, our costume department was just really
something else.
Really something else. Exquisite.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good luck with the
Thank
movie.
you
Very much.
Thanks so much.